Is this thing on? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a very special and exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast. Featuring your host, Locarthemanbeast.
Hi!
Yeah! Also featuring me, the Magma Dust.
What up, man?
This is fucking weird.
Yeah,
right?
I think this is what happens when you release your inner VTuber.
When you lean in too far.
Dude, yeah. Look, it's my hands. My hands, they're real.
I can't really do that. I got. Do you believe in life after love?
After love.
I got that, and I got this fucking popsicle stick, and it's like my hand is probably 2 feet away from my head, but I can't get it to not be.
I was gonna say, like, I can't get these things to actually come close, but also the camera, like, once I raise up out of like my hand, just like, nope.
Oh, there it is. My camera is so zoomed out just so we can get like my hands.
I was thinking about doing that same thing.
You try to do that, and then look. Oh, it cuts off the hands anyway.
Yeah, I know, because it's so big. So this is what we do now. We're just gonna go full VTubing.
Yeah, you know, and honestly, we did this so that we can get a whole new respect for you VTubers. You guys have been shit on for so long.
They're so floppy.
My Stevie Wonder or my Ray Charles like sway is better on this guy than it is in real life. That's kind of nice.
All right, let's not do this before this becomes a reality. When things stop being ironic. Whoa!
Let's take it down. Whoa! I can't. It doesn't go any further. I don't know. I thought this was what we were doing. What?
Oh my god! What is happening?
I don't know. I can't.
What is you got spina bifida going on?
I don't know. Doing the fucking Bernie lean. This is me looking straight at my camera, and my purse is just up. Do the Bernie lean. Do the Bernie lean. Oh. All right.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to just cut this and we'll be back in a second?
Yeah. We'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah. Oh, what's in my hands this time?
Oh,
axe.
Oh my god!
All right. This feels right.
This feels right.
This
is okay. That was a bit much. I don't know how.
How VTubers do it.
It kind of felt right.
It felt right.
I could be anybody. The anonymity, man.
Dude, you know it's crazy,
huh?
And we might have to look into this.
Okay.
And I say that as a joke because we're not going to spend $3,400 a piece on this. But Lex Friedman did a podcast with Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
And they did the whole podcast in the new Apple VR headsets.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's the thing scanning the face while you're doing it.
Oh, I did see this.
You saw that?
I did see this.
He had to back them up because they were like nose to nose.
Yeah, I did see that. And he was like, and it was like wild how well it was like face tracking them to the point where I was like, it was hard to determine.
The little, I could barely tell that it was fake. If they wouldn't have said anything to let me know, I would have thought like just my resolution on my phone hadn't buffered.
That's what I was thinking too. When I was looking at it, I was like, this is weird. Are they running a filter? And then they were like, so this is what the new meta is. And it was like, oh, fuck, that's creepy. I got to talk to Mark about it.
What's weirder though? I'm sorry. Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
I got to talk to Mark about that. You know, I was thinking about it.
No, our buddy Mark works for Facebook. He works he's been working for Facebook for like 15
years. He works for Facebook?
I mean,
he's worked for them for a long time?
I mean, I do know that he has a lot of
his last name's Zuckerberg?
fly swatters in his house for some reason, I think.
No fly swatters.
No, but Mark's been working for Facebook. He said before he moved back up here to SAC after like COVID time or whatever, he worked on the same floor where like you could see Mark Zuckerberg's like glass office he has. So in the middle of his
with a sunning rock.
Yeah, it's a sunning rock and a glass office. Like it's completely open, and he just sits in the middle of the floor, and everybody just works around him. Guy's a fucking weirdo.
But imagine you could.
Well, so the reason why you
could buy somebody's like likeness.
Yeah,
like that's your VTuber.
Yeah.
Just I want 1996 Pam Anderson.
Yeah,
and I'll do the podcast like this.
Well, remember that whole thing about AI and like people being really weirded out how AI was gonna like people are being like, if you get something from me, it's not me, it's AI, it's an AI bot that's doing this type of stuff. Now it's gonna be even creepier when like
full facial
visual technology is hard. Like, oh, let me Skype you real quick, and you can't tell that it's actually somebody else. That's fucking creepy. Anyway, so the reason why
MTV is gonna bring back Catfish so hard. Can you imagine?
That would be actually one reality I would watch, seeing how far people would take it. Because I mean, anyway, the reason why I wanted to bring this up because the first edition of the Meta face thing or whatever, they were testing in-house, and so everybody was doing their meetings and whatnot in this thing, where they would put on their stuff and they would go to meetings and they would see people. There's like whiteboards and people would do their meetings and stuff in whiteboards. And he was like, "Oh, it's really interesting." And then seeing that video, I was like, that's come a long way in like a year and a half, from like 2 years.
Yeah, because the first one was like just a step above like the Wii bowling characters.
Yeah.
Like they were like, like they had the whiteboard, but like they were holding the pencil like this. Like,
well, you know
like the drawing was right.
You know who's been developing their technology?
Sean.
Close. John Carmack, the guy who built Doom. Yeah.
Yes. We gotta find the hidden level.
That's exactly right. Secrets unlocked.
Oh, times, man.
The times, they are changing. Dude, it's sweater weather again.
I'm so fucking happy, dude. I'm so happy.
So pumped. Look at this. Dude, this maroon is a nice color, man. This is off the store.
Is that maroon?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you won't know.
I can't tell.
Like, you wear that gross, dirty-ass red sweatshirt, I'm sure you think it's just gray.
First off, it's not gross, dirty-ass red. It's pink. It's salmon. And my mom got it for me because she knew that I wouldn't be able to tell what color it was. And yes, it did. It does look great to me.
I know.
I was wearing it, and she's like laughing. She got me this for Christmas. She was just laughing the whole time. I was like, "Oh," she's like, "You really like that sweater, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a comfy sweater." She's like, "You don't even know it's pink, do you?" I was like, "What?" Like, you look dumb. I've been taking pictures of you this whole time.
I love your mother. Your mother's a sweetheart. I had case, but she's a sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up? I think I might have got your bug.
Oh yeah.
I pooped my brains out all last night and this morning. I didn't go to work today. I just stayed home to poop. I just have, I don't have any like the shivers, the body aches, none of that stuff. I honestly, it could have just been like nasty ass food or whatever. But I also slept like fucking 12 hours a day. Like I just like body was on reset mode, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I feel better now, but like I just have like the bubble gut feeling. It's not even bubble guts anymore. It was bubble guts this morning. It was like every like 5 seconds. I was like, grrr. I was like, I might shit myself. And now it's just kind of like that like rolling feeling in your gut where it's just like kind of like type of so. But you know, could be much, much worse.
Yes, it could.
Could be the flu.
and then roll ad to our sponsor, Pfizer. Have you got your shot?
Do you hear the new Pfizer shot? No. I'm not going down.
Get into it?
No.
I'll go get some fucking tinfoil right now.
Keep the tinfoil off. That's how they're getting you. See,
The sun's flat.
They injected all the metal microbes in there, so all the people that wear tin hats, they'd be able to get through with the receptors.
Sure. Yeah. We survived.
Yeah, we did.
The zombie thing.
The worst fucking apocalypse of my life.
I know. I mean, Bill Gates, go back to the drawing board, man.
Did you hear? Okay, so check this out. I don't know. Did we talk about this or not? There is a section of history that we have. It's like from like 1200 AD to like 1500 AD or something like that, where I can't remember the exact dates. I think it's around that time period, where all of a sudden in history we have no like carbon dated proof that those time periods exist. Like from the 1300 1400 time period, like just doesn't exist. But in history during the 1500s or something like that, the 1400s, I don't remember the exact dates, just work with me here. Like a new ruler of king or like reset time basically is when like the Roman calendar rolled over to like the Gregorian calendar or something like that, and he wanted to start the date on a very specific time. So there's a very good chance that in history, because we have no artifacts from that time period, we have no paperwork from that time period, nothing. So there's a good chance that we've actually skipped something close to like 200 years in time. That because time is this abstract, a calendar is an abstract thing. We just
from whenever somebody started recording.
Exactly. And they just said from here. So when everything rolled over to a new time period, it's very possible someone who was like, I like 1500, I don't like 1400, could have just started a date on that time. And then the world just existed from there. That's not the creepy part. The creepy of whether it's creepy or not. But if that's true, then it's very possible we've missed like 200 or 300 years or some shit like that. And it is technically possible that it is 2020 still. And the Mayan calendar could be correct. How fucking creepy would that be?
I mean, Russia and Ukraine are at war. Now Palestine and Israel. Like, maybe we are at the end of times.
Maybe they were right all along. We made fun of the Mayans. Mayans were like, hey, you dumb bitches.
Weird coincidence. Palestine started a war with Israel. And just a couple days prior, Kanye West trademarked the term use, Y-E-W-S.
Okay. Use,
like Jews, but with a Y instead of a J.
Y-E-W-S.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, see that trending.
Kanye isn't Kanye though. Have you seen all the side by sides from like when Kanye was like,
okay,
and then
let's take off the point. We're getting too far. I'm not gonna start this shit again.
I don't know, man.
Games. Let's talk about games, Trevor.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? What video games do you want to talk about this week?
First, I want to talk about getting old.
You want to talk about getting old?
Getting old, yeah. I went and I saw the new Saw with my girlfriend.
There's another one?
Yeah, Saw 10.
I thought that franchise
that's outdoing
Fast and Furious. I definitely thought that the one with what was it, Chris Rock or Chris Tucker? Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I thought that was the end of it. I was like,
I thought that was like a failed reboot.
I thought so too. Yeah, I didn't realize
Chris Rock in the new Saw. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
This grown up 3's not paying enough. Like, why did he do a Saw? And like, it was like, but I didn't know a single person that watched it. So I was like, oh, and I didn't realize that was, I think, Saw 9. That was the last one that was out.
I have no idea.
That was Saw 9.
9 of
I
them?
think the last time I remember a Saw releasing before Chris Rock was like Saw 4. And even then you're like, I think they're running out of ways to like make this like overly gory, you know?
I'm going to be honest. I saw the first Saw because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
First Saw is great. It's a great fucking movie. I watched Saw 2 and was like, this franchise is going downhill. I have not seen another Saw since.
It's just like Hostel, and then Hostel 2, and then Hostel.
Hostel 1 was cool too. Like well, I mean, you can kind of say that for all slasher type films, right? First Friday 13th.
The first one's thought out, and then they try to repeat it, and they're like, you're grasping at straws, and you're just building.
Although I will say, Jason X might be one of the greatest pieces of cinema art that has ever existed.
I'm gonna go back to VTubing to hide my fucking disappointment in you. Jesus Christ!
It is great.
Jason X.
It was when he goes
I can close my eyes and see the fucking movie poster.
Yeah. He's all metallic and shit because he's in space. The nanites get to him. They gotta run around the ship, fucking escaping Jason.
Fucking over this podcast. God damn.
It's a.
Anyways.
Go on.
Anyways.
How was Saw?
I'm getting old. Because I remember seeing the first one. I remember seeing the second one. You're like, oh God. The entire time I was like, oof. Ooh. I was like looking around. I was like, you kids watch this? Like I felt like my fucking dad. I came out and I was like, how'd you like it? She's like, it was kind of gross. And she was like smiling. I was like, yeah, but like not in a good way. Like I did not enjoy that. She's like, what? And I was like, maybe I'm just getting old, but I don't know.
Did you say we're getting old? Because you're getting old. She's not getting old.
No, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
No, she was like, well, I mean, it was gory, and I was like, when he was digging through his brain, that just wasn't for me, you know.
I didn't think Christian movie.
Yeah. You got anything that Clint Eastwood directed?
See, and I think that's what was missing from it, or what is now those type of horror slasher movies, the continuations, even like the screams and all the extra shit. Like when those movies first came out, it wasn't a gore factor. Like it was still gory. There was still gory shit.
It was gory and it pushed the envelope for its time, but that wasn't the point of it.
Right. But it was that psychological horror. Like the whole time that fucking, you know, they're in the bathroom just bullshitting and talking. And then you find out, like, you know, you find out from that flashback that the key was there the whole time, you know?
And the whole, it's like two people died like the whole time. Like there was like a couple like shots back and forth.
Yeah.
The new ones are like, dead. What else can we do? Suck his fucking eyeballs out with a high-powered vacuum.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like they stop being interesting movies because there is no plot. There's no good writing. And so all they do is just fill every scene with a gore so they make it just creepy as possible. It's like, okay, fine. I get it. I think that that's what like doesn't appeal to me with that type of stuff. Like I don't like when you just have jump scares for sake of jump scares, it doesn't make something scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When there's like this creepy factor about it.
And when you know something's going to happen.
Yes.
Like you hear like the buildup of the music and you're like, okay, jump scare in the next 5 seconds. And it happens. You're like,
yeah. It's creepier when you get the buildup and then nothing happens. And then the things just continue. And so like you never get that release from the jump scare. So you just have the high peak of adrenaline. And then out of nowhere, something random fucking pops up. What was the movie? Was it Insidious? I think it was Insidious. There was a scene where it's just like they're sitting at the table eating or whatever, and she's talking to her husband, and the whole fucking time there's this weird shit going on, and then the camera's like cutting back and forth to them like talking and eating, and then at one point the camera cuts back to him and the fucking monster is just standing behind his shoulder, and she like panics, like cuts back to her, panics, cuts back to him, and it's gone. But it was so quick. It wasn't even a jump scare because it wasn't doing anything. It was just sitting there hanging on him. I fucking screamed so loud. Like I was just like, motherfucker. It's shit like that.
Yeah. Have you seen The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix?
I think so.
Ooh, that is so fire. It's like the first time like a horror. It's not a horror film. It's like a horror miniseries. I think it's like 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Almost
That's the first time in a long time that like something has been like a scary movie has been good to me. And they have a jump scare that's just like that. Like they're just like talking in a car. And when I say this fucking ghost comes out of nowhere right between them and just like screams and they go off the road. I
Yes,
remember
I have seen that.
vividly laying in my bed and then almost falling off my bed. Like, fuck! Like, it just got me that good. There was no buildup. There's no anything. It was
It's
just
like the
good
two
dialogue
sisters are talking in the car or some shit like that. Yes, yeah. That is fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Okay, so creepy month has like been going on.
Yeah, we're creepy month.
We're creepy monthing it out. That's the whole point of this. So I have tomorrow. So this will be Wednesday. So you guys have already seen it, but we're going to talk about it. I have Mortuary's Assistant coming out, and I did a playthrough of that. So I decided.
Where is this?
So fucking creepy, dude. So I decided we got done with something. I think we were playing a game or something, or I was editing, and then Sean was in channel and editing, or we're playing something or something like that. And at the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wrap up my editing because I had to get a video out. I think this was last week or something, and then I'm going to play a scary game before I go to bed. So I just have content or whatever. And he's like, okay, no, fine. And I'm like going through my list and Mortuary's Assistant was up. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play Mortuary's Assistant because I haven't played this game. I'm going to do it. I decided to play the game at like fucking 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock at night. You good?
Yeah. Did you see my lights move?
It was on your face earlier. Yeah. It kind of looked like it moved. It's not there anymore.
I saw it and I'm like, now I'm all right. Continue. I just had like a weird thing. I like looked at my background of the thing and it's gonna be that the green flicker again.
Okay, so the very, very opening thing, you launch the game and before anything comes out, there's just a warning on screen and it just says paranormal activity is a real thing. Da 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 da. If after playing this game, like this game has like themes of demonic presence and shit like that, and there's summoning and shit inside there. So if after playing this game, you notice anything weird starting to happen in your house, I get the heebie-jeebies just talking about it, in your house, please seek professional help or the church. And then it loads the game. And it's like, what? Like, what are we fucking playing, man? And so that's the type of game where it did have some jump scares, but they were subtle jump scares. There wasn't a lot of things that like running at you type of jump scares, but there was like things off the corner. Like, so as you pan the camera, something would like move away type of shit, like those type of things. I finished wrapping that game up playing around like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I did it in the dark in my room by myself the whole fucking time. I'm just playing and I'm like, because I just got the heaves, dude. Like, and it was just like all of a sudden out of nowhere, we'd be doing something in a game, and the fucking hair, what hair is left on my body, would just start standing straight up, and I was like, "What's going on?" Like it was just like the whole sense. And then there's a point in the game where you're like embalming corpses. The whole idea behind it is you work for a mortuary, and so you're embalming corpses and stuff. And there's like the fucking machine. Where are your lights now?
I know.
Maybe it just died.
Sometimes the stars kind of like flicker on and off.
Okay. But all the little dots are gone.
That's my dot projector.
Oh, well, it's dead. Anyway,
it's to catch ghosts.
So you plug in for the fucking embalming, and then you press the button, and the machine for the embalmer goes off, and it's like a brrr, like a generator noise, but it's so loud for your headphones it drowns everything else out. So you have this really quiet mortuary that you're like working and doing stuff, and you just hear footsteps and like creaks and the sound of the rain outside, and then you turn on this embalmer, and it's so loud you can't hear anything else. And I swear to God, every time I had to embalm, I was just like petrified, frozen, like, all right, let's go.
I can't hear if anything's sneaking up or anything like
nothing
that.
At all, you know? And so when you turn and there's something out of the corner of your eye while that's going on, like I said, the heave level just kept going and going and going. Yeah. So it's a creepy video to watch, but it was a creepy game to play. Like it was probably the creepiest. Like I think we've talked about it before, or at least we have in channel, or it's like, creepy games are great to play with groups of people because you get the heaves and like it's all weird, and then you laugh about it because you're with people. So it's like, I've got a buddy system, so I'm okay, you know. But when you do it by yourself, it's like, I just laid in bed and like I was like falling asleep, and I swear to God, this is an old house, but every creak I was like wide awake. Like I think I got like an hour of sleep that night. I was so weirded out.
Well, that's like Faz when like all of a sudden it's like you feel like the bass in your headphones come up and you're like nothing's happening, but you just hear the bass kind of creep up and it kind of gets that high pitch and like you look around like in person.
Yeah.
As you're playing. And the buddy system, yeah, it's all good. Until I don't know, like you watch on camera Cliff die, you run into try to warn Aaron, you hear the footsteps, and then Aaron stops talking. You're running for the door. The door closes right as you're there. The buddy system's all good for a bit. It helped. It gives you that false bravado, but it shuts down pretty quickly.
So we're playing we started playing Demonologist.
I got it.
Okay, good. So we did a couple recordings. So me, Sean, and Aaron played a couple nights ago, and then me, Aaron, and Cliff just played right before we were doing the podcast. This was wrapping up the video for him.
How is it?
It's Phasmophobia, but it's Phasmophobia on crack. Like, it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard. Like, I don't know if it's better than Phasmophobia, but it's same enough that it feels good to play. Like, it's very much so Phas. It's just really, it's really intense. I think like in Phasmophobia, you go to a house that they're talking about haunting. It's like the old school, like, you know, hi, we're ghost hunters from Discovery Channel. We're going to go and do this. Yeah. You know, so it's like, you know, it's a normal house or whatever. But like the first level is like an abandoned house with like fucking like bones strung up. And there's like a skull with like a goop pile. And like you go in and it's like all dilapidated and falling apart. And like shit starts moving instantly. And it's like, oh, you're at a haunted place. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
you get creepy.
It's not like one loose ghost somewhere.
Yeah,
like everything's working against you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been interesting. We have yet to, like, we've won. I think we won once. Me, Aaron, and Sean won, and then me, Cliff, and Aaron. We didn't win the first round. I think. Okay, so Aaron and Cliff died the first round. I got out, picked the wrong ghost. Whatever. Me and Aaron died the second round. Cliff got out, and we didn't get any evidence. Like, we got like one evidence, but we were like, I don't know if this is right or not. I was like, just pick it.
Like dial it.
Yeah,
down.
Just pick a ghost. Cliff just randomly picked out of the list of like 20 and was like, oh, I got it. I was like, you piece of shit. But it's definitely creepy, and I think it'll be a good fun. It'll be a great night that we can just sit and play something creepy.
How many people can you have?
It's 4 players.
4.
Party 4.
Let's tag on in.
Yep. Yeah, we'll just swap in and out. So if I ever get this actual recording out, it was fantastic. So I had just died, and like, so Aaron and Cliff are in the kitchen where I died, and like Cliff is standing here, and like your ghost, but it's not like Phas. You can still use your mic to communicate as a ghost.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's part of the game or not part of the game. Who knows? It doesn't matter. So I was like dead quiet because I was a ghost or whatever, and Cliff was standing right in front of me, but he was facing Aaron. And you know how it's all proximity chat?
It's all directional and stuff.
So we're standing there and like they're talking or whatever, and like Cliff's like trying to look at like the items. I just walked up behind him like in his ear, and I was like, ah. And he's like, ah! Oh, it was too funny. I'm fucking laughing. It's like, what the fuck was that?
Just fucking with him. Oh, that'll be good fun.
Yeah, it'll be good fun. And then I don't know. There's a couple other like really creepy things that I have. You know what I have downloaded? I've had downloaded from the beginning since it launched because it came out on Game Pass. Is Amnesia: The Bunker? Have you ever played any of the Amnesia games? No?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Amnesia games, the first Amnesia game is so good. It was like the original game based on like, you don't get weapons. You're in shit that's crazy. And your only line of defense or your only offense in a sense is hiding. And so it's this giant story-based game, and there's puzzles and clues and things you have to do to like get through.
fight anything. You just have to avoid it.
You just have to avoid it. And so one of the main mechanics is running and hiding. And so it takes you a while because you're like, I'm at a point where I know this is where this has to go. I remember seeing this thing. I've got an item that goes there. I know that's the puzzle that'll open the door. And as you get back there, then all of a sudden a ghost or like, you know, monster or whatever shows up and you're like, fuck it. Oh God, you're running around. There's this whole scene from the first Amnesia game where you're like in knee-high water and there's an invisible monster. And the only way you know it's around is because you can hear it clomping in the water and you can see the water splashing as it stops. Or like,
I don't like that.
Whoa, it's so creepy, dude. And you're just hiding and like it's just walking by you and you see the water splashing as it's like running past you and you can't see it at all. It's completely invisible. So it's like, and there's areas where the water leads to like a platform that then leads to another bit of water. So sometimes you don't know if it's crossed over that platform or not until you see the water start moving again. And it's like, oh, I gotta go. So anyway, so they came out with another game. I think the first one was it Dark Descent? I don't remember what the first one was. If there was, and then they came out with one called Machine of Pigs, and it was great. It was a graphical update. It had the same type of thing, but it didn't hit the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had another one. Well, they just brought out the Bunker, I think the beginning of this year or middle of this year. And it takes place in like World War II time period. And you're a soldier, like a French soldier or whatever, behind enemy lines. And you're in a German bunker and you're trying to get out, but there's like a monster that's there. Now, the difference between this game and all the others is that you do have a pistol. So you have an opportunity to shoot things, but you only find like a couple bullets here and there throughout the entire game. So it's a choice of shooting to stun because you can't really kill the monster. Like there's a point where you like, I think you get a shotgun or something, but it's towards the end of the game. It's not you don't use it as offense as much as you use it to help you like bust open locks or like use like fire it to like
more of a tool than it is
exactly
a weapon.
And so I watched it when it first came out. I was going to make a video on it and I never got around to recording it. And I was like, oh, it's kind of, I'll play it whenever, but I feel like this is the perfect month to now do it. But it's so fucking creepy. And because it's Amnesia, it's the Amnesia element of the game of running and hiding, but in 2023's graphics. Cause like, I think the first Amnesia game came out in like 2009.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like that.
It's so creepy.
I feel like it adds to it that you can't kill the monsters and shit. All you can do is hide.
That's all you can do.
That like when you think about it, fucking nope. I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah, and that's what makes that game so good. And that's what like games like Phasmophobia and stuff like even Demonologist are all these like, you know, party-based monster type of games. Like we've played so many like Pathify, Labyrinthian, all these different games. There is no offensive tool that you can use. A lot of it is solve the puzzles, run and hide. I just think Amnesia had unlocked that perfect formula so early on that anything that they do is just hits the point. And they're creepy. Yeah. They're creepy.
How many players is that?
It's a single player game.
God. Why single player games?
Because for games like that within that genre, that's the best you can get. You don't want games like that to be multiplayer or co-op.
I know, but
I do want a game with boys. Yeah, I agree to that.
I think we were just talking about it the other night when we were sitting in Discord waiting for Cliff because Cliff couldn't get on Discord. No, we were just talking like you want a game with your friends.
Yeah,
and it sucks that like I get like some things are meant to be solo, but like I just want a good game that we can all play. You know?
Yeah.
And speaking of games that we can all play, fuck off your Call of Duty Zombies shit.
Why?
No. I know it looks good. We're not doing it. I know it looks good. We're not doing it. You know why? Because this channel proudly stands with Nick Marks.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a rep we want. Wait. We just got the merch. We just got the merch store back.
We're going to Rumble, baby.
No, you're absolutely right. No Call of Duty. You're absolutely right. No Call of Duty. I'm standing behind because I don't want to buy Call of Duty.
It sucks that the zombies looks good though, huh?
It looks so.
Have you seen it? It looks really good.
It looks so
God
good.
damn it.
And I fucking
It's like
love
they knew the one thing that they could do to get us back with that.
Exactly right. And it's like one of those things.
Nope.
So even for the last Call of Duty game, I just realized I never played the campaign.
I didn't either.
I didn't play the campaign.
Well,
I know the campaign was good. I know it was good. I watched people.
Warfare 2 was the last one?
Yes.
The last one I played was
The first Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
The remake of Modern Warfare. Yeah, I played the shit out of that. It was great. It was great. And then I watched people play the campaign and I was like, this is fucking amazing. But I didn't have the interest to play it.
But didn't last one, like the campaign was like 2 hours? I think they said last one they put no emphasis on the campaign.
I don't remember
I might be talking on my ass, but I'm pretty sure the reception was they didn't put it because they're like, everyone just plays this for multiplayer anyways.
No,
and they didn't do a lot of emphasis on it.
They may not have done a lot of emphasis. I remember. Okay, so like there was a Call of Duty that had no campaign at all. Battlefield 2042 didn't have a campaign at all. I think they actually did a fairly decent. I think it was
didn't have a marketing campaign.
Nothing.
Didn't have a dev campaign.
I think it's like 9 missions, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's not. I don't feel like it was huge by any means, but it was definitely a big chunk of the story. So, and it looked good. Like the cinematics in it looked good. Everything looked good, but I don't know if the reason why. I think the reason why I didn't play the campaign is because I didn't want to shoot all the bots. I just wanted to watch the campaign story. That's all. And so because I watched that, I was like, I don't have to play it. Like the only reason I was interested was for the campaign story anyway. Playing it didn't really seem to have the same effect. So we just did the multiplayer until the Warzone came out, and then, you know, whatever from there. And we see how that all went, right? And we know that it's going to be the same fucking formula. We know it's going to be the same bullshit. So I'm not going to buy Modern Warfare 3 to play a campaign that I'm not going to play, right? Or buy a game that for a campaign I'm not going to play. To play the... You got ghosts in your house or what, man?
I might, dude. I swear I thought I just heard a cat. Keep going.
There's a reason why someone moved out of that place, right? To play a multiplayer that I know is going to be great because I'm seeing all the Modern Warfare 3 maps that they've redone to put in there. So they're like they've freshened up a bunch of like old Modern Warfare 2 maps and Modern Warfare 3 maps from the original game, and it's in there. And I know I love some of those maps, man, and I know it's going to be good. And then there's also the combination of then Warzone's iteration or whatever. All of that aside, I'm like, none of that tells me to buy it for $70. But I fucking love zombies.
I know.
And if there was a way for it, and again, we know it won't happen because it's Activision, but if they just did the standalone zombies, I would just buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even question it. I would buy it in a heartbeat. But you got to get all the other bullshit. And if we do all the other, and you know what the worst fucking part is, Brad? Someone's going to buy it. Will's going to buy it.
I'm not going to. Let's do a time warp back to like, we're not fucking buying it. Yeah, we're standing strong. 12 hours later.
12 hours. We went from podcast to play. We went from we're not buying it to in the fucking lobby by the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. I really do want to stand strong. I don't want to buy it. But again, then the question was, okay, so now the question comes, what game? We want to play with friends.
A mindless shooter?
A mindless shooter?
CS2.
It's good, right?
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. We can stick what, like 7 on one team?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Some ridiculous fucking number.
That's good enough for me. If I just need like a a mindless, like we just get in a fucking lobby and we fuck around with friends.
Yeah.
That's good. You want something a little more competitive? There's always Dead Drop right around the corner. It's been a year. It's been a year since, a little over a year since it's been announced. It has come leaps and strides.
It has to. Brad,
and if you fucking hate Activision, that's the way to stick it to him. Give Doc your fucking money. You buy Black Steel Bourbon. You fucking and you play his fucking game.
Have you listened to his audiobook or his book or read his book? So he wrote a book as Dr. Disrespect.
I haven't. Oh, in character?
Yeah. And then he did an audio book of it.
Please tell me he does the narration.
He does the narration.
That's the only way. Fuck reading the book.
So I listened to it and like it's fun because it's Doc doing it, but it's an awful fucking book. It's like, I don't know what I'm listening to. I don't know if it's an autobiography or what the fuck is happening, but you're in character, so it's fiction as well. I don't know. It's fucking wild. Doc did something great. I'm really proud. I hope the game does well. It just seems so fucking boring. I think you know what it is also too. I think I've hit that limit of extraction shooters, right? BRs blew up. Everything was a BR. Fucking, you know, you had H1s, you had calling H1Z1, fucking PUBG, Fortnite, Call of Duty, and then it's like everything was a fucking BR for like 3 to 5 years. And then the extraction shooters came out. And then everything's a fucking extraction shooter. You got Tarkov, you got fucking, what was that mining game we played? The Cycle.
Oh, the Cycle.
You know, what was the one we just played in space with Aaron? Me and Aaron. Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, that's how fucking amazing that game was. You can't even remember the name of it, right? Because
did you have fun? I had fun.
I had a great time. I had a great fucking time. I thought it was a great fucking.
What's the problem? Let's play Marauders. Let's be Marauders mains.
See, but that's the thing. It's just everybody hops on that bandwagon of all the shit. So,
yeah, but there's still only one true great reign of FPS extraction shooters, and that's Tarkov. And it might be the best FPS game of all time. If we're just being absolutely fucking brutally honest here, Trevor.
I think that you being brutally honest
will suck me back into this, man. I was almost out of it.
Brad, Will didn't suck you back into it.
He did.
You're a creature of habit. You're a creature of habit.
A creature of habit.
Of habit. And I am banking it right now. This episode, podcast number 85, you get Call of Duty first before I do. Yeah.
Oh,
creature of habit.
Okay. What are we fucking putting on this?
Pick a number.
Pick a fucking number.
Pick a number.
I'll go to my fucking grave over this bet.
I bet you will. Let's go,
I'll get fucking M-Fam tattooed on this fucking shoulder. I'll stand with Nick fucking Merckx. He won't know who the fuck I am. I'll tweet at him every fucking day. You fuck Call of Duty till I die.
Let's see.
And the irony is Nick Merckx even said, he's like, I don't know, I might play the new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He's the one that lost his Call of Duty operator.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll give it a try. Because of course, why not? Because it's a business for them. Why wouldn't they fucking play it? Yeah. Even if he went back and did nothing but talk shit the whole fucking time, he'd probably still have, 20,000 viewers.
Viral video. Nick Merckx returns to Call of Duty. He's just sitting there. He's like, man, fuck. He's not even playing.
Yeah.
He's just like scrolling on there.
Yeah.
His players just like dropping and getting shot, dropping and getting shot.
Yep.
Genius.
It is. At that point, it's like, why wouldn't you? I would absolutely double down on that aspect.
Oh. Is there a more disappointing franchise than Call of Duty?
NBA.
And like the 2Ks? Tell that to Inner City Chicago. Fucking what?
I mean, everybody and their grandmother still plays Call of Duty. Literally, it's like one of the biggest, even though everyone knows it's complete dog shit. People
still plays it.
Not only do people still
people play FIFA.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, well, that's an ethnic game.
And NBA 2K isn't.
I know plenty of white dudes that play NBA 2K. Cliff's one of them.
I bet you know more white dudes that play fucking Madden though.
I know.
I'm saying like each one of those has their own like target audience.
It really does. Oh, that's gross. I didn't think about that. That's right. Okay.
Can you imagine like a fucking like EA lacrosse and it only sells in Connecticut? Fucking
the deluxe edition comes with a sweater that you can tie around your
yeah. But I mean like across like the obvious like I guess like the sports games and stuff.
Yeah, I guess it is
like,
kind
there's
of
like Call of Duty, there's maybe Diablo. I don't think Diablo holds up like that though. Like
no.
I feel like it was just like D4 had some hiccups. And also, can I say, now that Baldur's Gate is getting fucking review bombed, I don't like fucking review bombing anymore. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's nice.
Oh, because your baby got hurt a little bit?
Overwatch, but yeah, fucking rude, dude.
Most disappointing franchise. Okay. I would have to say, okay, this is the one. I think this is the most disappointing franchise of all time for me personally. And it's Sonic the Hedgehog. When Sonic sold out from Sega, when they lost the licensing and everything, and it all went to Nintendo, and then Nintendo beat the shit out of it to death, and they tried to Mario it, and he's still around to this day producing just trash ass fucking games. And every Sonic game that comes out, you're just like,
is that what we talked about last week?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, Mario. Well, no. Nintendo knows
just that we've kind of grown out of it.
Okay, maybe, but it's okay. The difference is the Mario games are still good. They're still fun to play. They feel good to play. They're enjoyable because they have the same formula. Or like you can always play Mario Party or Mario, Kart, or one of the new side-scrolling Super Mario Brothers, and it feels good because it's the same thing and you have fun doing it. No one has fun playing Sonic games.
Just fucking, I fucking hate this. And as I do that, like that just made me think of Tarkov. I fucking hate it here.
Aaron was telling me how you and Will were in channel today, talking for like 25 minutes about doing some fucking specific missions. You didn't even take the thing for Will. You both got into the game and then died.
I did take the thing. I didn't take Will a fucking scope mount he wanted because he's probably trying to put a fucking like a 7x optic on a fucking AK or something like that. Okay, I got him the thing that he needed to progress his mission. Okay,
did he put it in his butt?
He did.
Okay, so that's at least a positive.
Yeah,
but you guys were in game for 5 seconds before Scav killed you.
Not 5 seconds. Probably 5 minutes. And to be fair, I don't know how Will died because Will, like, I had a quest where I have to kill scavs with a double barrel shotgun.
Okay.
So I'm like running up like with this fucking farmer rifle, like, okay, swinging on him. And he just sprays wildly. And I think I shot his arm, which made him flinch and pull his gun up. And Will was just like peeking around a corner and just a spray of bullets. Like he took one shot to the head, was just like dead. And I was all, Will, you good? He's like, I'm fucking dead, man. I'm like, how? And he's like, I don't know. And you just look at his body slumped over. And I was like, all right, well, fuck this scav. I ran up. I missed every shot. And we both got rolled by a scav like that. Now, if I had a regular gun out, that scav's fucking toast.
Yeah, I bet it is.
You shut the fuck up.
That for me is what, again, I think we've talked about it before. I think that's what is not overly fun about Tarkov is the lead up to like dying to an NPC that easily. You know what I mean? Scavs are fucking
that.
I mean, I don't mind that scavs are difficult or they're a little bit more coordinated with their AI now. I don't like how they're fucking aimbots.
There's sometimes I swear to God, there's a fucking dial on the wall in Russia, and Nikita just comes in every now and then. He's like, fuck everybody, and just cranks it to max settings. Cause like there's times there is a thing where scavs, like if you are like on a scav's like head and aimed on him for too long, they will just like notice you
Yeah.
and turn, even if they're looking the complete opposite direction.
Yep.
What I don't like is sometimes when it feels like that, if I'm just like, I'm talking to somebody, like I am moving in game, my character's going, and I just stop to talk for a second, and I'm like, listen, Will, like, this is what you need to do. And there's a scav anywhere in front of my character. I'm not even specifically aimed in. He's just within my line of sight, and he just goes, yeah, chicken break it, and just like turns and fuck that. That's a little much.
Yeah. I also feel like it's because the stat distribution for spawning scavs is randomized. So like the gear and everything. So I have to imagine that when a scav spawns in with a fucking over under, he's going to have a lower stat chance than like if a scav spawns in with a higher like loot pool or whatever. And so that scav just has his fucking stats cranked up. And that's why
you mean like he spawns in with a rifle with like a 4x scope, so his line of sight is going to be greater. Yeah,
so the stats are just like tweaked up a little bit, which is fine. But again, in a game where it is already PvEVP, and the PvP portion of it is you either fighting cheaters or fucking people that are just like have been playing this game since day one and are just looted the max. The one thing I don't want to do when I get into raids is having to worry about the PvP portion of it, because I know I'm going to get fucked and then get fucked by NPCs that are just randomly shooting fucking wildly into the future.
That's showbiz, baby.
No, it's not. It's bad game design is what it is. Don't worry, they'll fix it next patch. Next wipe, that'll be fixed.
Next patch is gonna be, it's gonna come out of beta and it's a full release, okay?
Yeah, it's the Star Citizen of fucking shooters.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, because there is a ending on the horizon. They are already running tournaments at different cons where people are playing the arena game, and they've said when the arena comes out, it was Unity and Arena are the big switches that they wanted to make. Speaking of Unity.
Oh yeah! Holy shit!
Whoa! Whoa! Someone made a bad decision.
Oh man, fucking Unity.
I said Unity and Lightbulb.
Bro, do you see CEO even stepped down?
No, I know.
He's like, I'm the fuck out of here. I'm not doing this. Okay, but it makes sense if you're going to use Unity assets for everything and make games and they're not going to make any fucking money on it, really. I understand the idea of like, okay, well, and it's like,
you got to recoup something
and it's small, right? Most Unity games anywhere are small games that are put out for free. So these people are utilizing their assets and then putting games out for free, and people are then making content off of it and then cooping on the content from ad revenue or whatever it comes out to. And Unity doesn't see anything. I can understand them being like, okay, well, we'll put a small 40-cent fucking price tag on every time that you download.
But then flip that fucking coin. What's that thing that you said the other day? The guy, he was like, I put out a free game, and at this rate,
now I have to pay fucking $5 million or whatever. And it's like, okay, but then that also comes down to the point of
gotta be like a give and take somewhere in there, you know?
Okay, so I am on the agreeing side that yes, there needs to be a give and take, or even that's really just shitty business. Just charge more for your product, right? Charge more for your product so you recoup that cost, if that's what you need to do. And if that means that people then move out of Unity into something else, then so be it. You know what I mean? Or here's the thing though, on the flip side of that, for the business structure, you also have to look at it and say, if you're putting out a free game and then making a ton of money off of the ad revenue or fucking whatever it comes out to for downloads and then being shared and all the extra things that come out of it, then now the company is being like, okay, well, we're going to put a 40 cents on there. Then why wouldn't you just charge 40 cents for your game?
Okay. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Now, what happens though if they do the 40 cents per game?
Or $1, 99 cents.
Or $1. And then end of the year or end of whatever tax season comes around. And now you have $2 million technically in sales, all of it basically going back to Unity. And now you have to pay taxes and do everything on that.
Well, again, that's why you
could potentially like tank shit too.
Well, okay. And that's why you would take 40 cents. Like if Unity takes 40 cents and you're going to pay taxes on it, which would be whatever it comes out to, say anywhere from 7 to 15% or whatever it comes out, then you just accrue for that. and put the game out. If you respect your game enough to have that, that's totally understandable. Again, then the next thing is if you're making a free game and you're like, I'm just dicking around and fucking with shit. Okay, well then don't launch it on Steam, where Steam charges to use certain things and aspects. Okay, put it on Itchygogo or whatever the fuck it is. That
is this Steam only?
No, this is just in general all the way across the board. But I'm just saying, don't put it on major platforms like that. Make it a ROM or something that people can just download or, pull off the internet. Put it on a torrent. Let people fuck around with it that way. I feel like that would be less issues for bigger companies, and especially something like Unity. Unity's not great by any means. And of course, they did do some fucking shit practices to get them to where they're at now. But it's like, if you're not using Unity, then you're using Unreal. Then that means all that money goes to Epic.
This fucks.
I fucking hate Epic. It's a piece of shit. I'd still buy Activision over paying money to Epic. That's a hill I will die on.
Yeah.
All right, so scary games. We're going to play some scary games this month.
We're going to play some scary games.
What are you doing the weekend of the 4th?
Of November?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think
you might be able to. You should get it off.
Schedule's already out.
Oh, I mean, swap schedules.
It doesn't work like that for me. For anybody else, it works like that.
Just don't show up. You're Unity or you're fucking Union.
Yeah, you're Unity. You don't have 40 cents. I want to say I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that week.
Okay.
But I don't, and then I have at least 1 or 2 days off. I don't know when I come back though. I'll have to look at my schedule and see.
Let me know, because I think you should come down for that weekend.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. You want to see something scary?
Yeah, of course I do.
Is
it your butthole? Because it's not scary to me, baby.
Ooh, I used to work and be alive.
Is it dead?
It's I have to RMA my Mobo.
No.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
They said they could technically get it running.
Okay.
But they said my SATA ports are dead. And they're like, I've had
how?
US
The M.dot SATA ports?
No, the side SATAs that, because it wasn't reading that other 4 terabyte hard drive.
Okay.
That was on there. So they went and they tested all the ports. The SATA ports reaching out to that are dead. So he said, he's like, we can get it running, but if it's under warranty, you should RMA this. He's like, I've had some where like a USB header goes, and then next thing you know, the next one down goes,
the whole line
down. And so he's like, so I would recommend before even, if you have it under warranty, just RMA it, and then we'll put it all together and make everything great. And that way you don't have to worry about something happening down the line.
Okay.
He said, other than that, the only thing that he found wrong is we had the pump plugged into one thing incorrectly.
Okay. We put it on the pump port.
Was lighting up, but it wasn't actually powering the pump.
Okay.
Which I think is when we switched it, because we used to feel it, and then we said we didn't think we felt it the second time.
Yeah.
And our fan configuration was complete backwards of what we thought was correct.
Push out from the back, pull up from the bottom, push out from the top.
How we thought we were doing it was exact opposite. So it was actually pulling down.
Oh, okay. We had the fans just backwards.
Yeah.
Got you.
Everything. We were sure. I was like, I'm pretty sure we have it going like this. He's like, and that's how you should have it. But it's not. I was like, all right. But he said other than that, everything was fine, and that it would technically run. It's just he's like, I don't know how to explain this to you. It sounds weird, but he's like, 4 terabytes is almost like too much for an M.2, and
because you're just putting your
a lot of
OS
times
on
the
it.
OSs. He's like, the OSs don't like it.
Yeah.
I was like, why? And he's like, it's kind of has to do with how they're formatted for all that extra space, but it's just like if you would have had a 2 terabyte, I bet you wouldn't even had a problem.
Yeah, I could see that being an issue. I don't
know.
It's weird.
10 total terabytes.
That's fine. I mean, my OS I think is on like 500 gigs in general, just because it's the only thing on the C drive is just OS. All my other stuff is on the 3 other hard drives I have in the system.
Yeah.
So that's all right. That's fine. Well, at least you have an answer. Now you have the RMA though. EVGA was fucking fast. That graphics card.
Yeah, they already responded.
Mm-hmm.
They accepted it and everything like that. I just have to pull everything off of it, put it in a bag, and send it out.
Yeah, that sucks. You still have the box though, so just put it in a box and box.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's right. You threw it away here, didn't you?
I threw everything. The guys were super cool though. They're like here's an anti-static bag for it. They gave me the port cover. They're like, you need to cover this up, or they might not even take it back. They gave me even like a box that fits it and like the padding for around it.
Nice.
So I just have to
dismantle.
But I don't have. I started pulling stuff apart. I don't have a magnetic screwdriver, and those ones that are sunken in.
No,
I literally I opened the case up. I leaned over and I was like, well, that's not gonna work.
Just unscrew it and turn it up to shake it.
I kind of thought about that.
Yeah, once you get them all unscrewed, just take everything off it. Once you unscrew everything, just take the board out and then just flip it over and drop all the screws out, and then you'll be fine. And then just order a magnetic screwdriver.
I did.
Oh, okay.
It'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay. You're fine. You're fine.
I'll have it out by the weekend.
What a fucking clusterfuck. Buy pre-built, people.
Buy pre-built.
Buy pre-built and swap out the easy shit.
But make sure you ask for the fancy coaster, because this is the highlight of that build so far.
Well, at least
being able to finally use this as a coaster.
Do you have the plastic piece that the CPU needs to go into?
Sure don't. But it has an inside, so
just be very careful, man. Those pins are fragile as fuck.
I thought about 3D printing one real quick.
Just something that it can float in. Something. Because you don't want to do anything where those pins push or get fucking fibers or anything. Yeah.
Tune in next week to see if I hate my fucking life.
All right, we're out of here. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.